Welcome back, Grade 8 Aristotle and Grade 8 Rutherford. So if it's my time, of course, it's always English o'clock. Okay, welcome to our lesson for today. I am excited to have you all here as we begin exploring a very interesting and meaningful topic, which is all about culture. Okay, culture is more than just traditions and celebrations. It is the way people live, the way they think, communicate, and express themselves. So it shapes our beliefs, our values, and customs. Also, our language, food, clothing, and many other aspects of our daily lives. So, by learning about culture, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and a deeper respect and appreciation for the diversity of others. So, as we go through today's lesson, I encourage everyone to listen actively. You can share your ideas and keep an open mind. Remember that every culture has something valuable to teach us. So let's embark on this exciting journey of discovery and learn how culture connects people around the world. Okay. Moving on, of course, our topic for today for our lesson one, which is all about culture, cultural identity, and poetry as an expression of values. So we'll understand culture identity in Afro-Asian literature. Okay, let's proceed. Let us start it with an essential question. Okay, how can we learn more about different cultures and understand that they can change and be unique in many ways? So, how can we learn different cultures of other countries, such as what are the culture of Japan, what are the culture of Egypt, what are the culture of India? How can we learn more about their culture? What ways can we do to learn other countries' culture? Okay, I'll give you time to think and share your ideas. Okay. So this question means we can learn about different culture by studying their traditions, beliefs, languages, stories, arts, and ways of life. We can understand culture by listening to people from different backgrounds, or we can read literature, explore history, and respect different perspectives. So culture are unique because each group of people has its own customs and values, and they can change over time as societies grow. We can interact with others and adapt to new ideas and experiences by being open minded. And of course, we should be respectful. We can appreciate both the differences and similarities among culture. Okay, now let's proceed in observing the four pictures that are shown. Okay, do you already have an idea? Let's start with the first picture. Okay, what does the first picture shows? Okay, yes, it is a festival, specifically celebrated at Philippines. It is called the Mascara Festival. Very good. How about the second picture? Okay, very good. It is a Filipino tradition where younger children do manopo to the elderly people or to their elderly relatives. Very good. How about the third picture? Okay, so as you can see, people are helping each other here in the third picture. What value do they show? Okay, very good. They show unity. This is also a Filipino tradition and it is called bayanihan, where people gather around and help or give each other a helping hand. Okay, that is called bayanihan. How about the last picture? Yes, very familiar. So, have you already experienced this at your family gatherings or even with your friends? This is called Boodle fight. Okay. It is also a Filipino tradition where where families gather around, put a banana leaves in the table, and they will put their food on the top of the banana leaves, and they will eat there using their hands. Okay, that is Boodle fight. It's also a Filipino tradition. Now, question: what does the term culture mean to you? When you see or when you have observed this picture, how would you describe your cultural identity? How do you have you related to the pictures? What aspects of your culture are important to you? How does culture influence a person's belief and behavior? Or have you encountered a culture different from your own? What did you learn from it? Okay, have some time to answer those questions. If you want to repeat the question, you can just play backward. Okay. Okay, thank you for those answers. Let's proceed. Now that we are done observing the culture of others, let us define what is culture. What is culture? Based from the pictures that you have observed a while ago, based from the discussion that we have done, what is culture? Okay, let us define culture. So when we say culture, these are shared beliefs, values, practices, and traditions of a particular group or community. It provides a framework through which individuals perceive and interpret the world around them. Okay, that is culture. Okay, so now what is cultural identity? So when we say cultural identity, these are personal connections and identification one has with their cultural background. Oh, to further explain it or to further define it, who here are Kapampangans? Oh, what are the cultural identity of a Kapampangan, or what are the Kapampangans known for? Okay, the Kapampangans are known for they're good at cooking skills. Okay, they're also known for their love of food. Am I right? Well, that is one cultural identity of a Kapampangan. Or how about the Ilocanos? What are the Ilocanos known for? Okay, Ilocanos are known for their good at budgeting money or good at saving money. Oh, those are what Ilocanos are known for. Oh, that is their cultural identity. Oh, how about you? What is your cultural identity? When we say cultural identity, this is your characteristics in your own cultural group or in your own community. Okay, that is cultural identity. Let's proceed. Now let's proceed in comparing and contrasting these two images. Okay, so the first picture, it is a clothing from Ghana called kente. And the next picture, we have silk kimono from Japan. Familiar? Yes, okay. Let's discuss it. So kente is primarily a fabric while a kimono is a completed garment. Okay. Kente cloth is known for its bold geometric patterns as you can see here, and it has vibrant colors, so it is bright. While kimonos often feature nature-inspired and delicate designs. Kente originates from Ghanaian weaving, whereas the kimono comes from Japanese clothing traditions. Kente patterns often carry specific messages or proverbs, while kimono designs frequently reflect seasons, age, or the occasion being celebrated. So kente cloth from Ghana and the silk kimono from Japan are both treasured cultural symbols that represents the history and traditions of their people. They are worn during important celebrations and demonstrate exceptional craftsmanship. However, kente is brightly colored woven fabric with symbolic patterns, while a silk kimono is a traditional Japanese garment known for its elegant design and formal style. So despite their differences in appearance and use, both help preserve and express cultural identity. So, if the clothing from Ghana is kente and the clothing from Japan is silk kimono, how about from the Philippines? What are our clothing that are worn during important event? Okay, very good. It is the barong and Barot Saya. Okay, let's go. Barong Tagalog and Barot Saya. Okay, let's proceed. Now let us compare and contrast the both drums that are shown. So the first one is a djembe drum from West Africa, while the next drum is a dolak drum from India. Okay, let us compare and contrast what are the differences or what are the similarities of both drum. Okay, the djembe has one drum head as you can see here. Unlike the dolak drum, it has two drum head, both left and right. Okay, and of course this dolak drum it has a barrel shape, while this djembe drum is has a goblet shape. Okay. So djembe drum is associated with West African traditions, while the dolak is associated with Indian folk and classical traditions. So the djembe often produces louder, more powerful rhythms for group performances, whereas dolak drum creates varied tones that support songs and dances. So both the djembe and the dolak drum are important cultural instruments that expresses the traditions and values of their communities. So while they differ in shape, they differ in sound and cultural origin, both help preserve cultural heritage through music and celebration. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, culture and emotions. Okay, culture shapes how people understand, express, and respond to emotions, whereas emotions in turn reflect and reinforce cultural values and identity. So, culture has its own emotional rules. So that guide when, where, and how people should express their feelings. For example, in many Asian countries or in many Asian cultures, they openly show emotions like anger or sadness in public places, and it is often discouraged to maintain social harmony. Whereas Western culture may encourage emotional expressions as sign of honesty or individuality. Okay. Culture also influences what people feel, and some emotions like shame, honor, or pride are emphasized more in certain societies because they reflect core cultural values. So in the Philippines, for instance, the concept of hiya or shame plays a major role in guiding respectful behavior. Moreover, emotions experienced during cultural events such as joy during fiesta, grief during undas, or pride during Independence Day help individuals feel connected to their community and heritage. Okay, now that we're done discussing what is culture, let us have a recap. Okay, what is culture again? Define what is culture. Okay, I'll give you a minute to think and share your idea. Okay, very good. Let's have the next one. What is cultural identity? Okay, I'll give you another minute to think of your answer and later on share it. Okay, very good. Let's have the next one. Give an example of Filipino culture. Okay, very good. Congratulations, you made it through session 1. We are now done in discussing or the introduction of culture and cultural identity. On our next session, we will now further discuss and understand the values of poetry in culture. Specifically, we will talk about the speaker of the poem, the values, and the time in poetry. And for now, congratulations and give yourself a round of applause. Okay. If there's no more question, I'll see you in the next meeting. Goodbye and thank you, grade 8, Aristotle and Rutherford.